Hello and welcome to round 12, the final of Wheel-to-Wheel Racing, proudly supported by Track Racer. Tonight we're at Nürburgring 24-hour circuit, 25.3 kilometres, 170 corners of tight, bumpy racetrack. Tonight joining me in the commentary, it's a very good evening to my fellow commentator, Zeddy. Good evening.
G'day Rexy, how you going? How's this week been? Because we waited last week and this being the final round of season 6, of season 5, sorry. It was great. This round's been split over 2 weeks. So how are you doing? How you feel after your race last week, Rexy?
Relieved to be out of the Mustang.
And also joining us in the commentary, we have Vintage Racer. How you going, Vintage?
Yeah, I'm really good, guys. A bit like Rexy, we had our race last week, and glad to have it completed, which was terrific. I'm going to say tonight, big night of motorsport tonight, guys. We've got the wheel-to-wheel final, the big one, with all the Division 1 drivers, and we also got MotoGP on a bit later on, and of course Formula 1. So it's a massive night of motorsport.
It is. If you're a motorsport fan, tonight is your night. Silverstone, MotoGP, and
from Bruno,
of course, wheel-to-wheel.
But guys, let's just concentrate on the really important stuff. Wheel-to-wheel racing. This is the final race for this season, and the season's so tight in the Premier League guys and the Div 2 guys.
Yeah, I want to ask Rexy first of all, because I think you've commentated most of them with myself. What do you think?
Yeah.
How's this going to play out, Rexy?
Tonight, Fine Moves is going to be one to watch around here. He set a blistering qualifying time of a 8:01. I think the closest to him is Pure Axel, I believe, with an 8:03. So look, Fine Moves is going to be fast around here in the BMW tonight. But Pure Axel's been quick all season. So, I expect him to be right up there. So it should make for a cracking race here tonight. But 11 laps, anything can happen. It's a fast, bumpy circuit. It's 25.3 kilometres long, 170 turns. So, if the drivers haven't got their wits about them, then they'll find themselves off into the wall quite easily.
And what do you reckon, Zeddy? Because it's not just Division 1 or the Premier League that are up for a title tonight. We've got Division 2 as well, with Pagani, Panmac and Squidley in there.
I think we're in it for a treat tonight, guys. I really believe it's going to be this race is going to be a race of 2 races. You're going to have the Premier League guys, you're going to have Pure Axel, you're going to have Piper, you're going to have Mr. Robot himself, Fine Moves, and Putner breaking away pretty much within the race and having a fight between themselves. And then you're going to have the second race, which, well, it's still going to be pretty much close on times, but then you're going to have Panmac, Pagani, and Squidley fighting it out for that Div 1 or the second division that we have for Wheel-to-Wheel. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a race within 2 races tonight, and we're going to be in it for an absolute treat. And yeah.
I think with Twitchy's time, he didn't put a foot wrong in his race, and that's all it's going to take around here is just to put 1 foot wrong, and you'll lose your time. So you can probably expand a bit more on that, Rexy.
Yeah, look, speaking of not putting a foot wrong, our race last week we had CRR Super Dragon win. He led from start to finish. I don't think he put a foot wrong the entire race. So for the likes of Pagani and Panmac, who are Div 2 boys racing up in the Div 1 Premier League race tonight, they're not only racing the field on track tonight, they're also racing the clock, because things are so tight between CRR Super Dragon, Pagani and Panmac that not only does Pagani need to finish in front of Panmac, he needs to do a quicker time than what CRR Super Dragon did.
And what was his time again? It was
it was around the 90-odd minute mark, 93, I think it was.
92.49, wasn't it?
92?
Yeah, 92.
1948 or 49, I think is the time to beat, which is Super Dragon time. And an update on Twitchy and Shan GT race, which is the Lobby D guys. currently. They're on the final lap, and Shan GT is leading Twitchy by 0.3 of a second on the final lap.
And I would say Twitchy's made a couple of mistakes, because I saw him earlier, he made a few mistakes. Shan is like a bit like a robot as well. He knows the Nürburgring very well. I've spoken to Shan a fair bit during the week and practiced with him, and he put a lot of effort into this race tonight, and well done to him for doing it, because you just need to know your markers around here, as both you boys will attest. You need to know every single turn to get it right. And I can tell you, Super Dragon's time from last week was 92:48.940. So that's the time Pagani's going to have to beat, which means he's going to have to be, not only is he going to have to be quick, but he's going to have to be accurate, not a single mistake.
Yeah, look, I think you're 100% correct. Super Dragon last week, I think he barely put a foot wrong, and if he did, they were only very minuscule mistakes. So, you know, he could well be in contention for an overall race win here for the final race of the season. But with, you know, not just the league tonight, there's also a couple of drivers that we should be keeping an eye on tonight. We've got the likes of Adam V10, who this will be his second race in the Premier League, and with his first race being at the Red Bull Ring, where he took out both races 1 and 2 in the wet. So he has been very consistent in practice. He qualified fourth. Yeah, fourth was an 805.
Yep, that's correct.
So look, you know, he'll be really fast in that Aston Martin tonight, and as we know, the Aston can actually do a 3-lap stint.
The Aston can?
Yeah,
Yes.
The Aston can, I believe. I think we saw, was it Smurf do one tonight in Division 3?
Yes. Yeah, he only did 1 for 1 just to make so you can drop. One of the tactics tonight is to do a 3-lap stint for one of your stints, and then the rest of them too, which Smurf did quite successfully. And so did Con, the Great Wall as well.
Yeah, wow. I was a bit surprised by that, to be honest, because the big V12, she's thirsty as anything. To get 3 laps out of it, you'd have to be really nursing it round. Do you think that's a wise strategy, or will you lose too much time on doing that across 3 laps? Especially your 3rd lap on used tyres around here.
Yeah, look, it depends on the car. I think, you know, the likes of maybe Footner could get away with it, because the Mercedes, as we know, is really good on fuel. So if he doesn't have to hold back to do those 3 laps, then it might be worth doing. As for the tyre wear, look, you know, for myself in the Mustang last week, 2 laps was all you could do on your tyres. I feel you probably felt the same.
Yeah,
vintage with the Lexus?
I did feel the same. And the reason I only wanted to do the 2 laps anyway is because I just thought the risk was too great going off, and you cost yourself too much time. The other thing that I really played on my mind is I was going out there to hit my markers, and with the pit stops, what I did with fueling was I fueled up to a full tank each time. And the only time that really hurt me was in the first pit stop, where Super Dragon only fueled for the laps that he needed, whereas I fueled full, with my theory being that I was conserving fuel to a shorter fuel for the next stop, but I had fuel in the tank if I needed to attack. And I think that's important. If you haven't got enough fuel in the tank and you can't attack, it makes it difficult.
And here we go for the beginning of the race, the final race of the season. We've got 5 minutes on pole with Footner, Pure Axle, Adam V, Panman, MPR, Bugani, Intrinsic, Ben, Squidly, all up there. Who we want to jump on with what with? I think the action's going to be happening around the Pure Axle thing, so I think we should jump on with Pure Axle.
Yeah, look, jump on with Pure Axle. I think Footner should get away well in the Mercedes, but we'll see as the lights go green.
And they're off.
They're off. Pure Axle looks like he's got a good start.
From 3rd to 1st in the first corner, wow.
But 5 moves, is he going to hold him out? Yeah, it looks like he's held him out to get through that first really tight chicane as they come onto the Nürburgring GP circuit.
Looks like they're all through cleanly too, which is great.
Yeah, you know, you don't want to get tangled up in a mess at the moment. It's a long race. You know, you're not going to win it from here. But Fine Moves gets to lead him round for the first time, which is fair enough. After he put in a stunning 8:01. I believe he didn't practice this week. He'd actually got down to the 8:00s.
Yeah, it's correct. Yeah, he was posting out that he got down to the 8 minutes, and I think he was pushing his optimal time below the 8 minutes. So if he can do something like that tonight, it'll be fantastic and phenomenal to watch.
Yeah, look, I think those sorts of times, you know, we won't see now. But really, it doesn't mean anything what sort of time you qualified at now. If you bin it, it's certainly going to affect your race.
I tell you what, these top groups are really good. Looks like Pure Axel's having a look at Fine Moves, and Footner's been having a look at Pure Axel as well. And Adam V10's there. He's having a look too. So this could be cracking if these guys stay together in each other's slipstream.
Yeah. So what do you think their strategies are at the moment? Do you think Fine Moves is going to try and push as hard as he can and gap these guys, or do you think just get yourself into a rhythm, stay behind, play a bit of follow the leader for the first lap or two, and see where things settle?
My feeling is Fine Moves wants to break the slipstream. Once he breaks the slipstreams, he knows he's got that buffer. Once he's got that slipstream gone, then he can concentrate back on saving his fuel if he needs, which I don't think he does in this car, in his BMW M3. Footner, and was that Adam went off there as well.
We able to get a replay of that?
Yeah, I'll do a replay.
It looks like Footner's picked up a 1 second penalty, although that's not going to hurt him too much around here. You know, there's 170 corners to burn that 1 second, so he should be fine.
Let's just have a quick look at Adam. On board with him. Just coming round. Oh, he's just a bit hard on the gas. He gets himself on the grass. He's done it to himself. Oh, just before the jump. So, yeah, bad luck, hard luck there.
Just a couple of nerves in the first lap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, you know, with my tactic, if I was one of the fast food, I would just want to slip, before selling myself in, I would just be looking at the person in front. If I was putting Pure Axel at the moment, I'd be looking at the other two and going, okay, I'm stronger at this section, I'm a little bit weaker at this section, and picking the time to pass, because being such a very narrow track, passing is going to be an issue.
Yeah, it is. Pure Axel just needs to, you know, keep Fine Moves in sight, because once he gets to that big long straight, that McLaren has got some legs on it. So yeah,
it does. The only problem with the McLaren is that it's super thirsty. It's not as thirsty as say a Mustang, but it's probably a lot thirstier than what the BMW and most definitely the Mercedes are.
How
are we looking back there with Pagani? How's his race unfolding?
Panman's just ahead of Adam V, and then you have MP, who's in Division 1, and then you got Pagani right there. I think he'll be just trying to settle into his race. Also, a big shout out to Pagani racing for the incident that happened on Tuesday with what happened with Bray Root. So if you want to donate there, guys, and help the Red Cross Fund with all the humanitarian aid assists with Lebanon, please donate. Pagani is going to be donating, I believe, $5 for everyone he beats in the league, and on top of that, $50 if he gets a clean race. So, as you can see, he's racing in the Lebanese national flag on his car. As absolute respect, and guys, if you've got people out there in Lebanon, shout out to you guys as well. You know, even though we're halfway across the world, we're thinking about you as well.
And I can tell you, sorry to interrupt quickly. He just ran wide there, Pagani and Pan Mac. They're all sort of kicking off here.
Yeah, so we've got a nice group of cars from pretty much Pan Mac all the way through to Squiddy in 12th. So yeah, Pagani, well done to you. Car looks fantastic, mate. And let's hope you have a nice clean race tonight.
Yeah, definitely. That Lexus is nice to drive around here. I found it really, really good, really stable. Just good drive off the turns. Yeah, I really enjoyed driving the Lexus around the Nürburgring.
Yeah, look, throughout the week, I cut a few laps in a few different cars just to see what they felt like around here. The Lexus, as I've said throughout the season, I drove the Lexus in Season 4. And I tell you
Pan
what...
Mac. Sorry.
You're right, Pan Mac's run wide through the carousel there. The Lexus, it's beautiful. I was also lapping in the M3 BMW, and, you know, it feels fantastic around here. And would probably be my pick of the bunch. But
Right.
the Lexus, it's just so consistent. It's smooth. It's just a nice car to drive.
It is a nice car to drive, that's for sure.
I think the pick of the bunch is showing its dominance because Fine Moves has pulled a 3-second lead over Pure Axle and Footner.
Yeah, look, Fine Moves, he's not messing about at the moment. He's pushing as hard as he can by the look of it. And I think for his first 2 laps, he's just going to go as hard as he can, like you had predicted, Vintage. And yeah, he's opened up already a 3.5 second lead.
Yeah, that time that he did earlier, just bang on 8 minutes, was quite impressive. I'd be interested to see what his standing start lap time is. I would expect him to be under an 8:10 standing start at this rate, which is incredibly quick. I know Super Dragon did a 8. I think he did an 8:14 standing start. So, yeah.
So Footner's almost got a second to burn, so he's going to need to burn that before he finishes his last lap. So he should be able to have enough time to burn it at the end of that long straight. But as we see Pure Axle just get out of shape, which is so easy to do coming into this last turn, coming onto that long straight.
Might just get a quick replay of that.
Do you think that's going to hurt the McLaren, knowing the massive difference in top end speed from the McLaren to the Mercedes?
Oh, look, it might do, but you know, Footner has got such an advantage at being in that Mercedes around probably 90% of the track. The Mercedes is fantastic through those turns, and looked fairly comfortable sitting behind Pure Axle for the majority of that first lap.
Can I just say that mistake Pure Axle just made, that comes down to track knowledge, because that ripple strip that he hit, that has a tendency to launch you into the grass, exactly what it did to Pure Axle, and that just comes down to, like I said, just track knowledge and doing your laps around here and working out what you can and can't hit, the curves you can hit and the curves you can't. An 8:12.683 by Fine Moves, so he's not hanging around. That's a great time.
Yeah, he's not messing about. He wants to gap these guys and put the pressure back on them to catch him. So, look, he's driven a perfect lap to start things off. So let's see if he can continue for another 10 laps.
The other one to keep an eye on is Adam V10. He's jumped on the back of Pure Axle after his little mistake.
Yeah, look, Adam's been consistent, and since he's been in the league, we've known him to be very consistent. So I expect the same thing from him tonight. Look, he had a bit of an incident at the start, which is probably, you know, first lap jitters, but he'll settle into a rhythm, and yeah, you'll barely see him make a mistake off it, I think you'll find.
Yeah, once it just settles in, it's just about that, like you just said, finding your rhythm and sticking to it. That's what I found was the key, just a rhythm.
Yeah. It's
nice to see him.
No, go, Rexy.
I was just going to say, it's nice to see Intrinsic in 5th in his Jag at the moment. He's had a up and down sort of season, so it's nice to see him in 5th at the moment.
Yeah, that's very true. But I think, you know, as we mentioned before, it's about finding that right place to overtake. This track rewards bravery, but also punishes that misjudgment and miscalculations. And I think with that first lap incident that Adam V had, it was just like, yep, he saw an opportunity, but the speed difference just wasn't there to do the overtake.
Yeah, look, I'm just watching Squiddy in 10th at the moment, and he's having a bit of a battle with Pan Mac, and Pan Mac's also battling with Pagani. So let's have a look at these guys for half a lap maybe, and see what eventuates.
Yeah, definitely.
As we know, Pan Mac and Pagani are actually fighting for podiums in the league.
What do you do if you're Squid? So you're in Division B. You're going to be promoted next season, but you've got your two people who are trying to chase you down directly in front of you. What do? You just wait and wait for a mistake, or do you just coast behind them and you just don't worry about it? Make sure you stay nice and close so they can't leap you in points.
Oh look, I think Squiddy's going to race. You know, he's not going to be content to just sit behind Pan Mac and let these two guys sort it out. He'll do whatever he can to get in front of him, being the competitor that he is.
I agree, and I think you want to put pressure on the people in front. You know, every time you look in that revision mirror, all you want to see is, you know, bonnet. That's what I want. So Pan Mac, not only does he have to worry about trying to get past Pagani, he's also got to worry about defending Squidly. That's tough. He's in a tough position there. And he's also in dirty air as well. Squidly is as well. It's actually Pagani's the one that's in a good position. If you can just hang on to it, because we all know how hard this track is to overtake on.
Very true.
Yeah, look, I'd like to be in, say, Squiddy's position. I'm content to sit and follow, and then make a move, you know, towards the end of the race. Yes, sure, if I can get past clean at some point, I'll make the effort. But you know, this early on, I'm really happy to just sit back and just apply pressure, try to force the error.
And also, do you think that Super Dragon's time mercy that he's in the same division and raced last week is also playing on their mind as well?
It has to. You know, Super Dragon, he led from start to finish. He didn't put a foot wrong. So, you know, these guys are really going to have to drive mistake-free tonight to even come close to the times that Super Dragon was doing.
And also, we have to mention also Vintage your race last week, coming second in that same race. Again, one very clean race from you as well.
Yeah, it was for me, like I sort of said earlier, it's all about getting into a rhythm. It's really about hitting your marks and knowing this track well, knowing the curves that throw you off, knowing the curves that if you try and put too much throttle on, it'll spin you. I think it's also important for the bumps. I drove probably a little bit too conservative on the first lap and let Super Dragon get away. In hindsight, I would like to have stayed with him. I actually did a Rexy and got in some other cars, and the Merc was one of the cars I got in, and I didn't think it was that as special as I thought it was. It was quick, there's no two ways about it, but I think the Lexus could have gone with it. Whether I could have gone with it in the Lexus is you know, we'll never know, but I just think it's really important to get in the rhythm. One of my other strategies that I had in my head was not look in my revision mirror, not worry about the guy behind me, just worry about the road in front of me, worry about hitting my markers, and let them guys, if they want to get past me, then they're going to have to find a way. So if Pagani can do that, and he looks like he's doing it at the moment because he's starting to open up a little bit of a gap there, if he can do that, he'll be in a good position. The other one is, of course, when they're this close, is the amount of time stopped in pit lane refueling. So that could really shake things up too. Like I said, my strategy was to fill the Lexus all the way full, which means that first pit stop was going to cost me a little bit of time. But I wanted that extra fuel because I wanted to be able to rev it out if I needed to try and pull away to either close a gap or extend a gap.
Yeah, I agree. I got to admit, the Lexus versus Merc debate, I think the gearing in the Lexus is just right for all the tracks. There's some tracks where the Merc's gearing is spot on, but just that 6-speed versus a 7-speed, the advantage, the stability that the Merc has over the Lexus doesn't match the massive advantage you have with gear ratios between the two cars.
Yeah, look, after doing a week of driving different cars, and actually I did a few dailies for the first time in a couple of months, I would say. I found myself going back to the Lexus time and time again. It's as just a general all-rounder, I don't think anything comes close to it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I would really like to stay in the Lexus, to be perfectly honest. I really enjoyed driving that car this year. It kind of suits my style a little bit. It's funny you say going back to dailies, Rexy. I've done exactly the same thing this last week on a different account, but just mucking around, just trying different cars to see what I might like. And I did like the BMW M6. I've got to say that car is really nice to drive. It's really pointy. It's got a really nice front on it, which I kind of like.
And it sounds nice.
And it sounds nice.
With this little turbo whine.
That's true. And Mr. Robot himself, by move, just pulling away 6.5 seconds in front of Whitmer. He means business tonight, boys.
He
Sure
does.
does.
He's not messing about. And we've got Adam V10 all over the back of Pure Axel at the moment. Footner's got a little bit of a lead over the two of them. As we see Adam V10, he's trying to make a move, but I don't think he's going to have to grunt to get around the McLaren there.
It would be good to see a drag race with Adam V10 having the slip off Pure Axel, and we know how quick that Merc is in the front straight.
Well, watch this McLaren. Is going to jump right onto the back of Footner at the moment.
I wonder what the speed difference is between everyone.
So at the moment we've got Pure Axel pulling 277, 278 up the hill compared to Footner's 269.
Yeah, wow.
And Adam V10 just holding on with that massive Merc power. I mean the Aston power as well.
So is Fine Move's going to pit? He'll have to pit this lap. All these boys will be
Yeah,
going
I think
in, I
all
would have
these
thought.
boys are going to go in and pit. So Fine Moves is the first one in. We're going to see Footner go in.
Do you think anyone's going to do a three-stop
Pure
begin with?
Axel.
So you just drop a
Look,
strong pit stop.
if it was me, I would just be doing a bunch of twos and then throw in a single one. And on that single, just go hell for leather.
I agree totally. I mean, the thing that I did was I didn't want to do a single one in the middle of the race because I thought it would bring me out in traffic, which I was really concerned about. I didn't want that to happen. And then the other one was, oh, there's a yellow flag there. And then the other one was, doesn't look like Pan Max stopped, did he? No, Pan Max hasn't
Max
stopped.
kept going.
Was it Pan Max? Yeah,
Pan Max.
Pan Max kept going, so he's moved up into fourth. Look, Pan Max been doing it all season. He's always gone that little bit further on fuel. Look, he can do it, but what sort of time is he going to put in? I think you're going to find that all these other cars are going to eat him up real quickly over this 25-kilometre lap.
I agree. I think, did MPR stop? I don't know if he stopped either.
Let's have a look. Yeah, he's got fresh tyres and fuel.
Okay.
He's only done a half fill.
Because he's come out in front of
this
Adam.
is going to be his one lap stint.
Oh, there goes Pan Mac already.
And there we go,
Oh, Pan Mac is spun, yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, there's that pressure of trying to drive fast on old tyres and, you know, I think he's probably made the wrong decision there.
Yeah.
So that really may have hurt his race.
I think
overall.
you're right. That's why I just don't think the 3-lap strategy is a smart strategy to run. I just think it hurts your overall race time too much. I'm going back to what you were saying before, Rexy. I mean, on the last lap or the one lap you got to do, I did it on the last lap because I think that was the best place to do it. You're going to have the lightest car, the fastest race car it's been all race. My only concern was I thought after 90 minutes, I didn't want to throw it away on that final lap, so I drove it a bit conservatively.
I disagree, guys. I think the 3-lap for the first stint only, doing a 3-lapper, dropping a pit stop that everyone else has to do for that one lap final dash might be the way to go. It was a strategy that I did, but because of physical injury that I had, I couldn't do it. I decided to stick to a 3-lap strategy, which really didn't work.
Yeah, look, ordinarily, you know, doing less pit stops works, but because of the lengths of one lap and the fact that the pit stop's not that long here, I just think that you're losing too much time. So, you know, if you've got worn tyres compared to fresh tyres, over 25 kilometres, 170 corners, so we see Pan Mac just get really twitchy through there with Early behind him. I just think you're losing that time that you would have saved if you had a pit stop.
And I also agree with that, Rexy. Like, you saw Pan Mac just run off then. It's risk versus reward, and I just don't think the reward's there for the risk. I think Pan Mac's going to struggle this entire lap on those tyres, and he could really run the risk. Like, he's done it again, he's off again. Pan Mac's off again. I mean, these worn tyres are really going to hurt his lap time. I just don't think that strategy's going to work.
No, and he's only at the start of his lap.
That's right. He's got a long way to go yet.
He's already gone from 4th back to 7th, with majority of the guys overtaking him. So you're going to find that Pagani is going to be probably on the back of him before this lap's over.
Oh, 100%. And Pagani will know. He'll want to get past as quick as he can.
Yeah. But let's go back to, let's see where the action is at the moment. So Fine Moves almost out to a 4-second lead
there goes
over Footner.
Early's made a big mistake there.
Yeah.
Let's go back. I'll just do a quick replay of early going off there.
And I think he also blocked Pamak. Blocked Pamak on the re-entry.
Oh, just didn't use enough brake. So over the big jump before the tight right-hander, you need to use a bit more brake. It's an easy mistake to make, but yeah, did it on his own.
Yeah, well, at the moment it looks like the place to be is probably this battle with Intrinsic early and Panmac at the moment. Everyone else is starting to spread out just a little bit.
What's Adam doing? Adam V10. Oh, there's a nice battle there. It looks like MPR's caught Pure Axle.
Yeah, MPR's overtaken Adam in the pit spot.
Yeah, MPR's got a bit of speed.
But MPR is doing a one lap. Oh, as he gets a little bit sideways through there. So MPR has only done a half fill. I think he's on a one stop. Yep. And I think you'll see him go into the pits at the end of this lap. So he's just made a small error which has let Adam V10 through.
I'll just do a replay of that.
I think he caught the grass a little bit in watching that in real time.
Yeah, he did. He caught the grass.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those curves that I was saying that you really need to stay off. That's unfortunate if that was his one stopper, because that's cost him again.
So Footner's driving a bit of a lonely race at the moment. He's sitting almost 4 seconds behind Fire Moves, but 7 seconds in front of Pure Axle.
I think that's what Footner wanted to do. He was, I remember him and Fire Moves talking to me after the race last weekend, after the beautiful commentary that they did for our race, and yeah, he was saying that he was hoping that him and Fire Moves would just break away from everyone, get out of everyone's way, and just run away with the race. So I think it's going to plan, and I think Footner just didn't have the time or practice to do the lap times that Fimers did. So I think Mr. Binnett himself is just waiting for Mr. Robot to bin it.
So just
Footner's made a mistake. Footner's made a mistake. Oh,
no.
Zeddy, what have you done?
Every time we talk about Footner, he bins it. Okay, boys, that's the last time we talked to him for.
Out of V10.
Oh, it's just a really unfortunate time that he just ghosted there.
Oh, let's do a replay of that.
Are we able to get a replay of that?
Yep, here it comes. It just runs a little bit wide, gets a bit on the grass. Oh, that's all it takes. He just got a bit of a tank slapper on the grass. Just dropped 2 wheels onto the left grass, and then around he's gone. And then everyone's come through. Pure Axle's got through. Footner's unghosted. Oh, and he's just tagged Adam into the fence. He's come unghosted. Just poor old Adam had nowhere to go. Oh, yeah. Wow, that was nasty.
Well,
he did well actually. He did well not to make it worse. So.
Yeah, he good on Mr. Footner himself to do it, but I think he's going to have some few words to me after the race. I don't think this is one thing. As we watched, MP just spin it there as well.
Oh, MP's gone round. Wow, I can get a replay of that. Poor bugger. He was trying hard. If he's on his one-stop strategy, it's come down. Oh, it's off the jump. It's off another jump. Oh, he's just pinched a brake. I think he's pinched a brake and he spun it on his own. That's unfortunate there.
That was Footner.
No, that was NPR. He's had a spin as well.
Yeah, sorry boys, just had a bit of a technical error.
That's alright.
Back now.
But yeah, it looks like everyone who the mistakes are starting to show. It's just the what we call the green hell, right? It's just those little mistakes are just slowly showing. A little bit of lapse of concentration here and there, and just forgetting the track, and they're just it's just catching these races out.
Yeah, look, it's such a long race. You know, you're racing for over 90 minutes. It's such a tight...
Oh, MPR's gone off again.
Tight track. You know, there's not many parts where you can relax other than that really long straight. So, you know, for that 8 minutes 20 that you're lapping at the moment, roughly, you've got like 20 seconds a lap just to take a few deep breaths along that straight, gather yourself before you tackle another 170 turns.
Is it funny? Like MPR, it's not funny. MPR's had a few spins. When you lose your rhythm at this track, it's really hard to get it back. And so, unfortunately, MPR's had 3 spins in this one lap. It's just been struggling for a bit of rhythm. So, it's just really important, again, just to focus and hit your markers. But when you're battling and you're trying to catch someone, it's easy to see what's happening. Pan Max on mediums?
Yes, I was about to say Pan was on mediums. I cannot believe that. That is eye-opening strategy right there.
And there goes Pagani, while Pan Max in the pits. So now Pagani's got it, pretty much.
Pagani and Squid.
Yeah.
So throughout that last lap, it looks like both Panman and Squid got through over Pagani.
Yeah, look, Pan Mac, I think he completely wrong strategy.
Yeah, I agree.
Mediums may seem like a good idea around here, but you're not losing a great deal of time on those softs in your second lap.
Jens, I think he's doing that. Well, as I said, do a 3 lapper to begin with, and then 2 laps. So you drop 1 pit stop because he's on softs right now. So he's going to be doing two laps for the rest of the race.
So what's the gap? Can you see the gap there, Zedi? Can you dial up the splits and have a look at that gap?
So the gap from
about 14, 15 seconds.
Yep.
So you'd have to say that Pan Mac on those fresher tyres will at least be 4 seconds a lap quicker than Pagani, potentially. That'll bring the gap down to 10. Yeah, make the last lap fun, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. With fresh tyres versus 1 lap your old tyres, and fresh tyres and light fuelo, which what Pagani and probably Squid's going to be doing. So we have to see, because I believe, looking at those times as well, Early's on the same strategy as well. He did a 3-stopper, and now he's going full-on lapping hard for, I think, 2 lap stops for the rest of the race as well.
Yeah, at MPR, he did his 1 stop. So he's be on 2 stops for the rest of the race now. So he's got a full tank, fresh tyres.
He'll be kicking himself.
He will be kicking himself, because that one out lap,
Tank Master's
you
gone.
do really need to be quick.
Yeah, Tank
I
Master's...
don't think he was ever in it.
Yeah, must have been watching. One bloke we haven't really spoken much of this race.
Piper?
How did you guess?
Just coming in dead last at the moment, and also just looking at his lap times, I think he's had a few mistakes.
Why don't we find out?
I think Piper hates that R8. He may be able to talk to us. Piper, are you there? How's it going, mate? You're having a bit of a lonely race back in 12th at the moment after having such a good season in the TT. I can see a few branches caught under the old skirt.
I just need a few more walls.
So what strategy did you end up going for? What tyres did you end up running?
So are you running you'll be doing a 3 lap stints, or you're going to be sticking to 2, 2 and 1?
Yeah.
Also doesn't look like it likes to stop.
He seems to be really struggling, and it doesn't like to turn through some of those quicker, bumpier corners. Oh, as you get a little bit...
Yeah, wow.
Nice drift through the corner there.
But she's going to be a long hour and a half for you.
If it's any consolation, you got 5.5 more laps to go, and then you can bin that R8 forever. Yep.
How are you controlling that car there, Piper?
All over. Yeah, wow.
I think sorry,
Yeah,
Look,
right.
I haven't turned too many laps in the R8 for that reason. I jumped in it, once or twice and just went, nah.
I was about to say, Rexy, this could be your car for next season.
Well, I'm good at picking bad cars, so it may be. Yeah, not a problem.
Are you going to be another team owner there, Piper? Is that what you're trying to say?
That GR4 out is excellent. It's quick as. You won some great races this season. Oh, what's happened to Footner?
Footner's had a disconnect.
Oh
no. Collective sigh. Unlucky for Footner. He was in such a good position. Oh, that's a real shame.
He was coming fourth at the time as well, 2 seconds behind Adam V before the disconnect.
Yeah, I dare say he'll be raging right now.
I hope it wasn't a rage quit. I hope he didn't have another spin.
No, it wasn't. I was following him.
Oh, he's back. He's joined the room.
He's joined the room. He might join us in commentary. Let's see if I can get him.
Can he if he's joined the room again? Can he get back out? He can't get back out of the race, can he?
No, he can't.
Yeah,
Bugger.
Let's see if I can get him. Have a chat to him, eh?
Do I first admit that I call him Mr. Bennett and see his reaction? Half of his game.
If you want it, you can.
Seedy.
But you're a cruel man if you do.
I am a cruel man. I'm a teammate, so it's a bit of a last bit of banter before we go our own ways.
So I've just sent him an invite, so we'll see if he wants to join us.
But Piper, what is your favourite part of the track? Oh, what is your favourite part of this track?
Finish line.
So just a quick one, just before you answer that, Fire Moves, Adam V10, Pure Axle have all just pulled into the pits. Adam V10 actually overtook Pure Axle before they got into the pits there, so that's just an update.
Yeah, Fine Moves has got 11-second lead. That's incredible.
Yeah, he's blitzing at the moment.
Just Mr. Robot, just turning lap after lap after lap, just doing what his nickname shows and just showing some amazing moves out there.
So now we've got Intrinsic, Squiddy. Squiddy's moved up to 6.
Oh, Pure Axle's jumped at him again in the pit lane. Wow,
considering Squiddy started last on the grid and really wasn't comfortable driving around this track. He's having a great race at the moment. As we see, Footner's joined the commentary. Footner, hard luck, mate. What happened? You just a dropout?
Yeah, just booted, just disconnected from network.
Unlucky, you were driving such a good race.
I had one small little hiccup and trying to get out everyone's way. I cost myself a bit more time, but yeah, besides that, I was very happy. I was in a bit of a rhythm. I was slowly gaining time on everyone in front.
You can blame us for your spin.
I'm putting Zini here. Yeah, I'll have to admit, I did call you Mr. Bennett about 10 seconds before you actually binned it. So,
it's not somewhere I've ever binned it before, that part, so I guess I was probably a bit complacent, but...
Commentator's curse is what it was, Footner.
Yeah, that's the thing with that's the thing with the Nürburgring. It just catches you out like that, doesn't it? You just do how many laps you practice, just one bit bites you.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, you were really unlucky. You were in contention to take second place there. You looked quite comfortable lapping. Footner, on the other hand, is just running away with it with a 10, almost 11-second lead over Pure Axel.
Fine moves.
Fine moves.
Yeah, 5 moves you're in, Rexy.
Yeah, fine moves. Sorry. Or did I say Footner?
Yeah.
Oh, just rubbing salt into the wound.
Yeah, poor bugger. How was the pace, Footner? Do you surprised to see fine moves get a big gap like that?
No, not really. I lost my P2 on turn 1. And I was behind Pure Axel just watching fine moves drive away. We've done a bunch of practice together and I had the pace to still on the back of his bar, so being behind for that first lap, I knew fine moves was going to get a bit of a gap, and my task was just to try and minimise that. Made up 3 or 4 seconds in the pits.
Yeah,
But we've got to...
We're on board at the moment with fine moves. If we just want to jump on, I'm just running him out front on board. Just give everyone a look at the master himself.
So, Putner, will you be joining us for the rest of the race in this commentary? Would you agree with your time?
Probably not.
No,
Sounds like you need a beer, mate.
More than one.
Definitely. And also, with your position in the league, do you think you can hold on to your current position?
Yeah, I won't drop, but I won't go up.
Anyone that you worried about? That leapfrog you in the league?
No, pretty safe in P6.
Oh, gee, yeah. I thought you were higher than that. Oops, my bad.
Did you?
Could have been 4th.
How did you find your season in the Mercedes? Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy your season?
I did, yeah. Had a few rounds to forget, but the pace was okay. Early on in the GR4, it was pretty strong. With the update, it kind of pulled the GR4 Mercedes out of contention. It's just too hard to drive.
Yeah, right.
But the GR3 was always competitive.
Were you happy with wheel to wheel using the GR4 for the first time? GR3 GR4 combination. Did you enjoy breaking that up every week?
I did, yeah. I enjoy the GR4 cars a lot. They're one of my favourites, probably second to GT3. It's normally a category I thrive in as well. There's a bit less power to compensate, so you've really got to nail those mid-corner speeds. It's just a bit more rewarding to get a lap time out of, I find.
Yeah, definitely.
Got a nice battle between Pure Axel and Adam V10. Adam V10's all over the back of Pure Axel at the moment. They've been dicing pretty much the entire race, but at the moment Adam V10 is all over the back of Pure Axel and really pressuring him.
It sure is. It's a tough track to pass on, as we all been saying. So, Adam's done it once. Obviously, that fuel burn in the big V12s is higher than the McLaren, and the McLaren is a big user of the fuel. So, he's just got to be a little bit careful here. You don't want to, misjudge your braking marker, shall we say, and have to readdress. There'd be nothing worse.
Yeah, look, as I've said, if I was Adam V10, I'd be quite content just to be sitting there, putting the pressure on Pure Axel at the moment. He's got no one behind him. He's 21 seconds clear of 4th place. So really, Adam's got no pressure on him other than the fact that he needs to just try to sit on the back of Pure Axel, and he can just conserve his fuel, conserve his tyres. I think he's in a slightly better position than what Pure Axel is.
Yeah, so do I.
But that's just how I like to drive and attack. But I think he's in a great position at the moment.
I love this run after the carousel. I think for me, this section of the track, I just really enjoy driving it. It's a lot of fun and very rewarding when you get it right.
Yeah, let's jump on board with Adam V10 while he's following Pure Axel around for this last section of the track.
And I got to admit, just an update on the Lobby B guys. Hamman, with his strategy, if he's going to do it 2 laps from now on in, actually has has a full pit stop gap between him and his rival of Bugani right now as we speak. There's a 27-second lead over Bugani.
Pan-Mac does.
Pan-Mac or
Pan-Mac,
Bugani.
yes. No, Pan-Mac over Bugani.
Oh yeah, Pan-Mac's up into 4th. So Bugani must have had it off.
No, he's just looking at his lap times. It's just a few little mistakes, but no serious.
No, it's
fault.
because he didn't pit. Don't forget he's done 3 laps, so he's out of sync with everyone. So everyone pitted on the end of lap 2. He pitted on the end of lap 3. It means his pit strategy is now out of sync with everyone else.
True, but he's still got a lap. He's still got a pit stop lead over Pagani.
Yeah. So at the end of this lap, you'll see him pit, and Pagani will keep going, and that should bring the two of them together. But Pagani, like you said, will have to make one more pit stop. So what you're saying, CD, is absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, Pagani, he's just pitted as well too. He's on fresh tyres, full tank of fuel, compared to Pan Mac, who will be pitting at the end of this lap. And, don't forget, Pagani's going to be pulling in major bits of time throughout this lap as well.
Yeah. That's a good little battle to keep an eye on.
It is.
Oh, Adam's got the run on pure axle. Oh.
Yeah, look,
He's going to bump him. He's going to bump him. He doesn't want it yet.
Plenty. Yeah, I think he's just content to sit behind.
I think you're right, Rexy.
There's no point pushing him. Oh, he got a penalty.
Has he?
Pick up the penalty? Where did Pure Axel pick up the
Pure
penalty?
Axel got the penalty.
Pure Axel got the...
I don't know how Pure Axel got the penalty. Is it from Adam touching him?
Must be.
He must be in the bump.
Oh, you'd ignore that. I mean, you have to ignore that.
You would. Yeah.
Wow. That's a bit unfair.
There was a massive speed differential, that's why. The 10 kilometer speed differential between Pure Axel and MV at the time of the bump.
So is Pan Mac going to the pits? Pan Mac should go into the pits in this lap.
Just jump on board with Pan Mac at the moment. So he's sort of dropped a position to wheel-to-wheel Ben. But yeah, you'd expect him. He's low on fuel. He has to pit. Yeah, so here we go. So let's jump on board with Pagani and see where Pagani comes, or Pan Mac comes out. So he's going to have to put in a full tank of fuel. No, Pagani's going to overtake him here.
No, I think he's only filling to 80 litres. So then we stop for about 15 seconds.
Is he out?
Okay.
He's filling up slowly.
Yeah, so Pagani's over the start-finish line now.
Pagani's got him.
And he's released.
Yeah, so Pagani's got probably 10 seconds on him, I reckon.
That's not enough.
No,
maybe more.
It's 5-6 seconds, I reckon.
Let's see by the time he gets around this corner, though.
How many of you guys?
5.5, 6 seconds.
Are you guys able to check any chats on the feed? Is anyone asking any questions?
Yeah, I'm on that. Oh no, Zoo's not racing. Yeah, big shout out to Zoo, one of the guys out there who's in Div 1 that's not racing tonight. Bit disappointed that you're not out there, Zoo. And g'day to Super Dragon. Also great commentary tonight with Super Dragon and ZD2 or Dale Keats. So give us, can you tell us who won the Lobby D race?
C.
Lobby C race.
Yep.
Okay, well, I'll just keep an eye out on the chat. So guys out there on YouTube, chat away and I'll reply when we get gaps in the commentary.
So just, 5 moves out to 15 second. He's gone purple. He's just pushing hard. He's so consistent around here. He must have put in 1,000 laps this week, 5 moves.
Yeah, he's in a few rooms. Every time I jumped on, he was in a room. I did a couple of laps, like I said, with Shan GT earlier in the week, and then I just couldn't face the ring again. I was a bit ringed out, so...
Yeah, I felt the same. Actually, it was really nice to jump into the Group 2s that we're going to be running around in for the off-season.
Yeah, it was. We've had a bit of fun during the week in those, Rexy. It's been great. I'm really looking forward to that little mini-series, 5 rounds.
Yeah, looking forward to the One Mate Group 2 mini-series that we're going to have. So, first race is going to be at Dragon Trail Seaside in 3 weeks' time. So, if you guys are out there and you're interested in joining wheel-to-wheel racing, we've got a little mini-series starting up in 3 weeks' time. So, now's the time to jump on board, get onto Discord and come join us. It's going to be a cracking little series.
The other fun thing about this GR2 series is the liveries are free. So you can literally do anything you want. I'm not going to spoil it for everyone, but one of us commentators has made a very special livery.
Does it have a banana? Does it have a banana by any chance?
Look, let's just say I've given myself a couple of extra horses.
And an update on the Lobby B, Lobby C guys from that happened earlier tonight. It was Twitchy GT over Shans. It was a very close race, and they did it in 92 minutes and 27 seconds. So those two guys,
Yeah, see, that's a
Wow.
good race.
have the fastest 2 times.
I'd
Yeah,
actually
right.
like to know what the split was between second and third. I reckon it would have been a couple of minutes.
Split from the first 2 to the rest of them.
Yeah.
I think it was a bit closer than a minute. I think it was last time when I jumped off, I think it was only like 40 something seconds. Like that lobby had a couple of quick guys as well. So it had Smurf in there. It had which Smurf was doing really well. Who else did it have in there? That was
Had Con in there. Con was there as well.
yeah, Con as well. That's the other one I was thinking about. Yeah, Con, both Smurf and Con were actually doing quite phenomenal in that. And that was a really close race between Twitchy and Shan GT. 0.2 of a second between first and second.
Yeah, look, you're going to see the likes of Twitchy GT and Shans. They'll probably find their way up into Div 1 for Season 6.
Yeah, look, Shan's been he's been in wheel to wheel for a long time. He had a couple of seasons off, stepped away from GT Sport for a little while, and he's come back to it. Shan's a fast driver. He really is fast, and he's consistent. He's a terrific fellow. He shares some tips and that sort of stuff with his fellow competitors. He's been my teammate for a couple of seasons, and yeah, I've always enjoyed driving with Shan. Ultra competitive, very very competitive guy. Likes to really mix it, and yeah, his driving's sort of, after a bit of a rest, yeah, he's back to where he was, back to his old self, which is terrific to watch. We get together sometimes on Monday nights, just in a little lobby with a few other guys, and bang around and have some fun. So that's good.
Can I get in that little lobby from time to time?
You can. Monday nights, we do it on a Monday night. Generally speaking, we just muck around, have some fun. We race anything from like an N100 or 200 or 300 right up through to the GRXs and different tracks, and there's a couple of guys that come in that aren't in wheel to wheel as well, which is good, and everyone's on about the same pace. Up you joins us too, so yeah, everyone's welcome.
Do we bring back Corona Cup as well? The original MX5 Corona Cup.
Corona Cup, I think there was a few boys that were trying to get it started last Friday night. I jumped in and K-Boy had it up and running, but he must have fallen asleep at the wheel because I did a few laps, but no one was there. So I jumped out, but there was a bit of chatter on Discord where a few boys had put their hand up to do it.
Yeah, the Corona Cup's... I didn't do it very often. I did it a few times. It was always really enjoyable. It's a different side to the boys when they're racing Corona Cup, so not quite as serious, which is fun.
Not quite as serious, and everyone trying to hit that gold card. I don't know why.
I'll tell you what, this battle between Adam and Pure Axel is just fantastic. They are bumper to bumper.
Yeah, they are. Like Adam's barely, left Pure Axel's bumper for the last 2 laps.
The other one we haven't mentioned at all is Ben, wheel to wheel Ben. He's having a very lonely race in 4th.
He is. He's been really consistent, just lapping away. And a majority of these guys are going to find that this is how their race is going to be. It's just you against the track and trying to stay focused. We're at lap 6 now, 4 laps to go. You can see the ends, but it's so easy to lose focus around here. It's so easy to end up in the fence. All it takes is just a split second of loss of concentration, and you can find yourself back in 7th.
Yep, definitely. Fine Moves is in the pits again, so he's going for another set of softs as we see Pure Axel and Adam ride in as well. No surprises here. So land to lap 6.
Yeah, so pure axle, taking fuel, tyres, probably having a Red Bull. Pat the baby, away you go.
And just having a look at that, the second race, or the other race between the Lobby B guys, Bugani, Squid, and Panman are separated by 4 seconds between the three of them.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, look, Squiddy's having a great drive, considering how poorly he qualified. You know, I was having a chat to him after he finished his qualification, and he just said, you know, he hadn't had the opportunity to put some laps around here. He wasn't that familiar with the track, so, you know, to see him up in 6th at the moment, you know, it's a credit to the way he's driven all season.
Bugani fires into the pits. And Panmac is going to keep going for sure. Yeah, he does. Panmac's just gone straight. I got to say, you know, I said to Panmac it was the wrong strategy, but I'm not so sure now. I think this race might have come back to him.
It's the strategy that I wanted to do last week, but yeah, as I said, my leg, I just couldn't hold out pit stopping and pushing myself that hard for 2 laps afterwards, so I just took the easy option out, just leaned out my car and just did 3 laps over and over again.
Yeah, right.
So, but Bugani having a good drive. He's done a great job on that livery. It's looking fantastic. And again, how can we donate again?
So if you go onto the Red Cross, he's doing it on behalf of the Red Cross. If you go onto the Red Cross's website and donate, that's how you can donate to the Beirut. I think it's the Beirut Recovery Fund that they're kind of setting up over there to help all these people that lost their homes and lost their homes during the explosion, and also the financial crisis that's happening over there in Lebanon at this current time.
Yeah, it's a tragedy what happened over there. Absolute tragedy.
Yeah, being in the military and just seeing that explosion, it's stuff that you see in like wars. That an explosion like that, it's something that you don't want to see in a peacetime environment.
No, not at all.
No, it certainly was a massive explosion. So, yeah, heart goes out to
everyone over there,
the Lebanese people,
and also the big Lebanese community that we have in Australia as well, because we have, I think, the 3rd largest Lebanese community outside of Lebanon.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, Australia's got a massive or group of Lebanese living in Australia. They're like the Greeks. The Greeks also, I think there's Greece. There's more Greeks or whatever it is.
So we have down in Victoria, we have the biggest Greek population outside of Greece.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. So same with Lebanese. I think Lebanon was 3rd or 2nd out there. So yeah, and also looking at the chat, just going through someone wants to go through the gap. So we'll start from first to last. So we got Fire Moves leading 16.5 seconds in front of Pure Axel, who has Adam V all over his backside. Then we have a 33 second gap to Ben, having a very lonely race. Going through to Intrinsic, who is 3 seconds behind.
Oh, Intrinsic just spun.
As well.
He's just put a wheel off into the gravel there and has just spun it. Nice recovery, but it's put Panmac all over the back of him at the moment.
Yeah, as well. Panmac actually had to let off actually because this is again the speed difference between Intrinsic and Panmac.
Well, both in Jags, they're both Jag boys, so I can do a replay of that. We'll just a quick replay of that incident.
Yeah, take us through the replay there, Vintage.
Oh, he just on that fast downhill, just runs wide. Left his braking a little bit too late, runs wide onto the grass, and round he goes. Nice 360, recovers well, didn't lose too much time, so yeah, a bit unfortunate, but that's put Panmac all over him.
So prior to the spin, Panmac was 4 seconds behind Intrinsic, but now he's half a second and licking that backside of Intrinsic. We go back 5 seconds behind them is Squid, which is 1.5 minutes behind the leader. And then you've got Bugani 8 seconds behind Squid. Early, who is 2 seconds behind Bugani, MP 1 second behind. 4 seconds behind Early, and Piper rounding out the field a long way behind. I'm really embarrassed to say how far Piper is from everyone else, so I'm just going to be quiet on that one.
Look, Piper's 2 points, almost 3 minutes behind Fire Moves. That's the main thing. I'll give you a heads up if he starts catching you.
And looks like Con's joined the chat on YouTube, and he goes, "Go Jag!" And also a good race from good race from Con as well. He was 52 seconds behind Shan GT and Twitchy in his Lobby C race earlier this month.
We've Pure Axel.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Opened up a 6.5 second lead over Adam V10. So I'm going to say Adam V10 has binned it somewhere.
Yeah, the thing was really weird, Rex, is we were going through it before. Pure Axel had a 3.8 second penalty.
Yeah, that's what I was also going to say. So
something's happened. I reckon Adam V10's gone for a move and it hasn't worked. But that move's also allowed Pure Axel to burn that penalty for whatever reason.
Yes, something definitely has happened. I don't think we're able to get a replay of it.
No,
we don't know when it happens. But
no.
Yeah, so that's really unfortunate for Adam V10 because he was having a cracking race behind Pure Axel. So with only 3 laps to go, it's not impossible for him to catch Pure Axel, but it's certainly hard.
Well, yeah, you just got to watch that gap between Pure Axel and Adam V10. I mean, it's at 6 seconds at the moment, so it'll be interesting to see how, end of this lap, where it sits.
Yeah, look, Adam is definitely pushing. That time is coming down slightly. Pure Axel, you'll find, he'll be lapping the same pace just about every lap.
Yeah. It's interesting if he did make a move, because he's been very patient just sitting behind him for so long. Let's not say Adam made the mistake. I mean, Pure Axel could have made a mistake and Adam had nowhere to go. There's still that. There's that as well. So we'll have to wait and see at the end of the race to hopefully talk to them.
So overall question to you two fine gentlemen. What do you think the winning time's going to be, just looking at Fine Move's progress?
Oh, look, Fine Moves, I reckon he's probably going to be doing... Let's have a look at his lap times here. 8:12, 8:35, 8:06. I reckon he'll be doing probably a 90... a 91.
Yeah, I would have thought a 91 something as well. If Shannon Twitchy, what did they do before?
92s?
They did a 92.
92 what? 92.
Let me just quickly scroll up as well. It was 92.27.
92.27.
So does that give Twitchy overall first place at the moment?
It does.
Yes, right now. And quoting the great man himself, Twitchy, I binned it 4 times in my race. I made an extra pit stop accidentally because I hit no fuel.
Oh.
And also, to cap it all off, he only won by 0.065.
Oh wow! What a finish!
Wow, he'd be kicking himself more than Footner.
It would be.
So, boys, how do we think Pagani and Pam Mac are going in comparison to Super Dragon's time? Do we think that they're going to be around that 92, or do we see them being around like 94 minutes, 93 minutes?
Yeah. Ooh. Well, that's a good question. I mean, I did it in a 93. What did I do it in? 93.08 or something. Hang on, I can tell you because I saved
Pam Mac all over the back of Squiddy at the moment.
No. So Squid just pulled the move there on the front straight. So he's going to he's going to pick up the slip again, and he's probably going to do an overtake at the end of this lap.
I did 93.06, so yeah, I would say they're probably around that 93 somewhere. I'd say Fine Moves is going to definitely be in the 91s.
Yeah, I think it's going to be close. I'm thinking between just having a look at how Pam Mac, Squid, and Bugani, how close they are. I think they're all going to be in that 92 to 93 sector. I'm going to put my hat down. I'm going to put my look through my magic 8 ball. I reckon there's going to be between 3 to 4 seconds between Super Dragon and the winner of those 3 drivers. I reckon that's how close it's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, it's hard to say. I mean, Pagani and Permac have had to battle with other races throughout this race. Super Dragon, he led from start to finish and pretty much drove a flawless lap race.
Yeah.
So I think that these two, I don't think they're travelling just fast enough in comparison to what Super Dragon was lapping around here, and the fact that Super Dragon didn't have to battle with anyone. It was, he had Vintage behind him the whole time, and Vintage, you saw him for most of that race. He was pretty consistent and drove a pretty nice race.
He did drive a very nice race. I had a chat to him after the race. Just he said he had a gap, and his job or his goal was just to maintain that gap to myself, which was the same as my goal behind me. He was actually quite surprised. He tried to gap me a couple of times and couldn't get there. That's why I kicked myself. I think I could have done a little bit better in that race in hindsight. But anyway, the way it goes. I think it's really, that's why Fine Moves is pulling a gap as well. When you're in the lead and you're in a rhythm and you're hitting your markers, you're doing the same thing lap after lap after lap, it's relatively easy. It's when you've got to battle with people it becomes a little harder. The only thing I found myself was mid-race, the mind started to wander a little bit, and I dropped a few seconds on one of the laps, and then I thought to myself, what am I doing? I had to concentrate a little bit more. So whether a bit of fatigue will come into it, potentially, and that's when mistakes can creep in as well. I mean, don't forget, Fine Moves, as good as he is, as the robot that he is, I did watch him during the week, and I did see him make a couple of mistakes. And in fact, as I look at his BMW now, it's got panel damage on the front of it. So whether that was from the start or whether he's actually hit the fence, he's got front and rear damage on it. So maybe, he's made a mistake somewhere as well. It's easy to do.
Well, I'm just having a look at his lap 4 time. I think that's where the mistake happened. I'm just having a look at, because it's pretty much consistent. His out lap is 8:35, and his in lap is 8:06. So, and just have a look at his lap 4. It's an 8:41. So I think that's where the mistake happened.
Yeah, and look, mistakes happen when you push hard. Everyone's racing. It's for the championship. This is the round 4 of the championship. It's going to decide season 6 who's going to be the king. Yeah, and you do make mistakes. So, and round here, it's because the lap's so long, because the track's so rough, because the curbs are so big, because the grass is so slippery. All those things. It just takes one little mistake and around you go. So you just got to pay attention and really concentrate the whole way.
The question is, will Mr. Robot himself make up the 95-point difference between him and Pure Axel to take the overall win in the Premier League?
Well, it's double points for the win, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
So, yeah, you should be able to. If they finish where they are now, and Fine Moves should get a point for fastest lap, I think you'll find Fine Moves at the top of the pops.
But it wouldn't depend on, because Wilkesville goes on overall time. And, if Pure Axel becomes second, is that the 95 points that Fine Moves need to take out of Pure? I don't know. I don't think so. Looking at the whole, as we all know who race in Wilkesville, you drop your worst 4 rounds. Pure Axel's been pretty consistent, so has Fine Moves all out there, and the difference between Fine Moves' worst rounds and Pure Axel's worst round isn't that 95 points.
But if you look at the table at the moment, the table calculates it's dropped your worst rounds already, and and a double points round is never going to be your worst round. So if you look at the championship as it stands on the Excel spreadsheet that we all have access to, that's actually the points is with the worst rounds already calculated into it.
But again, it comes out of overall track time, and if Pure Axel comes,
it does. That's exactly what it comes down to.
So if Pure Axel comes second overall track time, he'll probably take out the Premier League Div 1 boys.
Yeah, so we have to just look at that time and see if Pure Axel can finish in front of Twitchy GT.
Yeah, what Fine Moves really needed was Footner. He needed someone between himself and Pure Axel. Whether it's Footner or whether it could be Adam V10, who knows? He just needed someone just to basically slow Pure Axel down.
Well, I think also what
Yeah.
you got to think about Twitchy and Shans as well, who also put a very fast time down there that could take some deduct some points from Pure Axel if he doesn't keep his consistency up.
Yeah, look, Pure Axel could find himself finishing 4th overall. I still think Fine Moves will have the overall quickest time at this stage. But, only time when we get up to that last lap, we'll sort of get a rough indicator of where they're going to finish. So it's going to be close, let's say that.
Yeah, it is definitely going to be
and
close.
as we come into that last lap, we should be able to roughly work out the times that they'll be looking at.
Yeah, it looks like the Adam V10, while he hasn't given up, the gap's sort of opened up a little bit. He's just under 8 seconds away.
Yeah, look,
I think
I'd
he
say
made another
that-
mistake.
Yeah,
Pure
as he just
Axel!
makes
Pure
another
Axel!
mistake.
Pure
And-
Axel just ran wide.
Adam V10 just ran off the track as well.
Oh wow, you're kidding.
No.
It's all happening now in the final stages of this race.
I'm going to replay Pure Axel on board.
And these are the little mistakes that start to creep in around, the lap 8, 9, 10.
Oh, he's going to hit this curve again. He's going to hit the inside right curve for sure. Yep, he does. You can't hit that curve. Inside right curve.
Same mistake he made.
Yep, same mistake he made earlier. I'm going to see if I can get Adam's replay. I wonder if that'll... Never done this before, so we'll see if I can get it.
Yeah, Adam made his mistake in coming out of the mini carousel.
Yep, well, I'm on it now. Oh, he missed the entry into the carousel and he's gone
Yeah,
wide.
just shot himself out.
Yep, you've
into
got to
the
get that
fence.
entry right. You've absolutely got to get that entry right. Oh, what... They both made a mistake at exactly the same time on the track. That's incredible.
Yeah. So we've got Pure
Wowee.
Axel into the pits at the moment. Same with Adam V10.
And looks like Fireman's just left the pits, and it looks like he's doing his one lapper right now because he's only half filled.
I was going to say, he's got to grab 35 seconds. Probably be more by the time the other boys come out.
Yeah, I think he's he's definitely on his one lap, doing his one lapper now, and then finishing off in his 2 lapper to begin with.
Oh, look at the gap to Pure Axel and Adam. Wonder what's Adam done? Is he short fueled?
Yep, he's back to 3 seconds.
Yeah, so is he short fueled for a one
Pure
lapper?
Axel's got 2 laps on. Yeah, Pure Axel, Adam V10 is on a 1 lapper this time.
Wow, that's a good call from Adam. That's a really good call. He can get back onto that back end of Piper, but he's going to spend a lot longer in the pitch. He's going to need to get past Pure Axel. Sorry, not Piper, Pure Axel. He's going to need to get past Pure Axel. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, he's going to.
Well, Pure Axel's not that easy to pass.
It'll also put a bit more pressure back on Pure Axel too.
Oh, Pagani and Panmac are in the pits at the same time.
Yeah, Pagani did a one lapper as well.
Yeah, so this is where they've caught up to each other now. So this is where it's race on from here.
Oh.
So Panmac's come out of the pits in front of Pagani, so MPR splits them. So it's roughly 3 seconds from Panmac to Pagani, with MPR splitting the two.
So it looks like that maybe doing that 3 stopper to begin with and then 2 stoppers for the rest of the race potentially worked out.
So how many stops is left they both got to do? They both got to make one more stop, don't they?
That's it.
Yes.
Wait a minute, that doesn't make sense.
No, it
Let's
doesn't
have a
make
look.
sense. That's what I'm trying to make sense of it.
Why did Panmac jump into the pits?
That was
Panmac's done a
No, that was at the end of
3.
lap 8. That would have been... Yeah, so Panmac's on his...
Panmac should have kept them going.
yeah. Why did Panmac stop? Unless he's been short fueling. No. That doesn't make any sense. Hang on, let's go to Panmac on board.
He's full, completely
He's
full.
full.
Fresh tyres, full car.
Was this a strategy mistake?
I don't know if my maths is wrong, but someone seems out of sync.
Panmac, for some reason, has jumped in, so unless he's doing another, he can't do another 3 stop. He can't do another 3 lapper on softs because just looking at his tire wear from the previous.
Well,
Is he on softs?
He's on softs still, yeah.
because...
Wow.
Oh, hang on, we're only going to 11, not 12.
That's right. So Pan Mac was out of sync. Pan Mac was pitting on the odds, and Pagani was pitting on the evens.
That's why I think Pan-Mac might have done a mistake.
What are you looking at?
Just watching Pagani go through one of the corners. A nice slide through the corner there.
How much fuel's Pagani got in his?
He's got a full tank. So he's got enough to see him through to the end now.
Does he? No,
he hasn't.
No, he hasn't. He has to. They both have to.
Yeah,
do
so Pagani's going to do his one lap wonder on lap 11. So he's still on his 2-lap strategy. So he pit at the end of 8, he'll pit at the end of 10, and just put enough fuel in it for 1 lap and change to fresh tyres.
Okay, I thought Pagani had already done his 1 lap.
No.
No, it's not.
I think we've got 3 to the finish.
Yeah, and Pan Mac did 3 to start with. So I think Pan Mac's pulled himself out of sync somehow, hasn't he?
I don't know what happened. We have to catch it. That's confused me. I think he might have just done a mistake. I think he might have just followed someone into the pit stop.
Yep. The one to watch here is going to be Adam V10. He's only, he's 2.4 behind Pure Axle. He should have the light fuel load, so this will be his quick lap.
Yeah,
he'll need to get in front of Pure Axle, or it's not going to work for him.
Or he just needs a pressure Pure Axle to make a mistake. Do the get in front, and then hopefully he builds up a lead for the pressure, because Pure Axle is going to have the pressure tires for the last lap.
Yeah, look, Pure Axle, he's pushing quite hard at the moment too, so he's really doing his best to keep Adam at bay at the moment. But Adam with the lighter car, that time is coming down quite significantly. He's dropped half a second.
So is Adam going to have to pit at the end of this lap? He's going to have to pit,
yes,
isn't he?
Will be, yeah.
Yeah, Adam E10's going to have to pit, and then he'll be right for the last 2 laps.
Yep, that's correct.
Pure Axle will probably do his... What do? Do you stop now?
Nah, no way.
Or do you do 2 laps and then do a 1 last?
I do 2 and do 1 last. You want the lightest car at the right. You want the racy car at the end, don't you?
Yeah, you do. And knowing that you're the person that's directly behind you, or he probably doesn't know that I'm going to be dropping into his lap, but I can guarantee once he sees Adam jump into the pits, knowing that he's going to be ahead of him, he's just going to focus, just do a good, clean last lap for the second part, knowing that he's going to have lighter car and fresh tyres for that last lap dash.
So at the moment, Pan Mac's just opened almost a 5-second lead over MPR, which is about a 5-second lead over Pagani, because Pagani is all over the back of MPR at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, Pagani's got to be careful. He's got to be a bit patient. You don't want to punt MPR by mistake. I know Pagani would never do that on purpose, but you just want to make sure, you don't make a mistake. Because if you have to redress, man, it's going to cost you a lot of time.
Oh, the MPR run wide,
yeah.
But it's in a faster section of the track, so he's been lucky to get away with that. But look, Pagani's caught between a bit of a rock and a hard place at the moment. He's stuck between, he needs to get past MPR, but in battling MPR, he's also giving Pan-Mac that opportunity to run away.
Do you think anyone in the league runs spotters? So in this endurance round, it's almost worth having a mate that's on comms with you saying, hey, for example, Pan-Mac's made a mistake, we think, on strategy. Oh,
look, you could do. There's probably a 20-second delay in feed.
MPR.
MPR's
off.
I'll be honest, during the qualifying, I ran a spotter. So I ran, I had, talking about MP, I had MP and Hustle.
You dirty cheat. Stewards inquiry.
So I'll be honest, during qualifying, I ran 2 spotters. Just to calm me down. It was literally just to get me focused so I could do a good clean lap, which I did.
Oh, look, I can say I ran spotters during the race because I could hear the commentary because I was sitting in it.
Yeah.
So I knew exactly where everybody was, but it didn't help my cause at all.
Oh, I can't, I have to have silence. I can't, otherwise it just destroys my concentration. All I want to hear is the car. I don't want to hear anything else. So I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
look, generally when I race, I don't want to talk a great deal. I'm happy to just shut my mouth, but I don't mind a bit of chatter. Just it's sort of by trying to block that out makes me focus more.
Yeah. Well, look, you've got to do what works for yourself, especially these longer races. I'm just going to do a replay of on NPR to see what sort of mistake he actually did.
So Fire moves into the pits, maybe.
Okay.
No, Adam V10 and Pure Axel into the pits.
Fire moves is ready.
D10 got past Pure Axel there as
So
well.
Pure Axel, he's doing his one stop.
Oh, poor old NPR, he just runs wide, makes a mistake on his own.
So Pure Axel, that was Pure Axel's one stop. So he's now got enough fuel to see him home. So he's really opened up a gap over Adam V10. So not such a bad manoeuvre there by Pure Axel. Because he's now got an 8-second lead over Adam V10.
So going through the gaps, there's another request from the guys from YouTube. So Fire Moves, who's filled to the end, is 30 seconds in front of Pure Axel. He just pit stopped it and will be fine to the end. Who is 7 seconds ahead of Adam V10, who is going to be racing until the end. We've got Ben and Intrinsic, who are in the pits at the moment, which I can't really give an update. And Squid, Panmag, and Begani are all estimated to jump in the pits for the final stint. So when everyone jumps out, I'll go through all the gaps again. But that's
So Panmag stayed out.
Ooh, Panmag stays out.
Yeah.
So we go to Panmag.
Begani stays out.
Ooh, they did both stay out. Interesting.
Yeah, because Pagani's on the double strategy, remember, the two-stop strategy, so the end of lap 10 he'll stop, all the evens. It's Panmax, the one that's odd man out here. But oh, look at Pagani. He's catching him.
But yeah,
so that lead's come down from 5 to 3 seconds.
Oh, I'm watching Pagani at the moment. He is sliding this thing around now. He's got the bit between his teeth. He knows he can see Panmac.
Yeah, look, there's a bit of a rivalry between these two. So Panmac will see, Pagani will see Panmac in front of him, and he will be chomping at the bit to get by him right now.
Yeah,
as we see Panmac go purple. Pagani go purple.
Yeah, we're all good friends in wheel to wheel, but it's nice to also see some rivalries on track. I think it's healthy. You know, everyone needs a nemesis, so to speak. So it's Pagani and Panmac.
My nemesis is in the commentary as well. No, not really. Rexy, you told me so much.
Oh, I thought that was aimed at me then.
only during Corona Cup.
Oh yeah, true Corona Cup. Everyone comes in. But yeah, we'll go through the gaps now, and I'll also commentate on who is fueled to the end. So we've got Fire Moves, who's fueled to the end. He's on so he's 32 seconds in front of Pure Axel, who's fueled to the end. We got Adam B, who is 6 seconds behind Pure Axel, 38 seconds behind Fire Moves, who's fueled to the end. We got Wheel to Wheel Ben, who I believe is fueled to the end. We got Intrinsic, who is 5 seconds behind Ben, 1 minute and 12 behind Fire Moves, and he's fueled to the end. We have Panmac, who needs to do another pit stop. We've got Begani, who's 2 seconds behind Panmax, is one to watch, and they both need to do another pit stop before getting to the end. We have Squid, who is 8 seconds behind the battle between Begani and Panmax, and he is filled to the end. We got MP, who is filled to the end, who's 16 seconds behind Squid. We got Early, who looks like he's filled to the end, who is 2 minutes behind Fire Moves and 9 seconds behind MP. And we've got, rounding up, we've got Piper, who is on the same lap as everyone.
Yeah, look, I've just done a few calculations, and looking at the times and the time we've got left, I reckon that they're looking at around, between that 92 and 94 minute mark for total time.
Pagani, guys, with Pagani and Panmac, can we keep an eye on their fuel burns? Because it'd be interesting to see who has to pit stop for the least amount of time. for this final stop. Like, for example, if Pagani takes on less fuel, he can jump Pan Mac, or if Pan Mac takes on less fuel, he can gap Pagani.
Well, look, at this present point in time, Pagani's going to have to take on more fuel than what Pan Mac is.
Pagani's certainly driving harder.
Oh, Pagani's pushing it.
Yeah, he's definitely pushing it, and also the wheels, Pagani's rear wheels are a little bit more degraded than Pan Mac.
Yeah, Pagani is just, he's given that Lexus everything he's got at the moment.
He's wearing the Ayrton Senna replica helmet, so he's trying to channel Senna in his driving. He's doing a good job.
And I think the person who's going to leapfrog them is Squid, who's also in their division. Who's going to leapfrog both Pan Mac and Pagani during that pit stop. But the thing is, will Squid have the tyres to last the full second lap, noting that Pan Mac and Pagani are going to be on fresh tyres and light for late?
Yeah, look, they're going to all come out around about the same time, you'd think. Squiddy, he's on fresh tyres at the moment, so he should be making a little bit of time on these guys, but it'll be close between the three of them, you'd think. Squiddy should come out slightly in front. But it's definitely going to be close.
Oh, Pagani!
Oh, as we see Pagani and Pan Mac run both.
Oh.
Look like they were both going to run wide there.
They both did run wide. I don't know how none of them moved it around. Both of them had... Pan Mac definitely had his rear tyre on the grass there.
Yeah, wow. Pagani, I didn't think he was going to pull that up, honestly.
So I think Fine Moves may have made a little error. He's got a bit of damage on his car and he's dropped 4 seconds, so...
Yeah, he must have made a mistake. That's for sure. But, you know, I think he'll be in that headspace where, you know, he knows he's got the lead. He's just thinking about overall lap time. He just wants to... As he just throws that car about every corner. Jeez.
Well, it's a good way to focus, isn't it? It's a good way to stay concentrated, just, you know, drive at the maximum every time. Fine Moves was telling us during the week, a couple of seasons, well, one of the early seasons, I don't know if it was season 1 or season 2, they did an endurance round here with full damage, which meant if you had a big off and you did your engine, you had to limp back to the pits for an entire lap, or what was left of your lap. That pretty much killed your race.
Yeah, that was season 2, I think.
Was it?
Yeah,
wow.
Fine Moves 3/4 of the way through the lap, got engine damage, leading, and he ended up losing the race because of that.
Yeah, wowee. So fortunately, it's light damage for here at the moment.
I think that you're going to see Fine Moves possibly finish around a 91.50 is going to be my prediction.
91.50?
So just remember that time, boys.
What do you reckon? Because I think Rexy took my time, so what do you reckon there, Vintage?
I took your time.
Yeah, what do 91? 91.50. That's a decent, fair old time, 91.50. I'm going to say 91.30. Just throwing it out there. I'll just put one in there.
you wanted to go under the 2 minutes.
I did want to go under the 2 minutes.
91.44.
Oh, no, I think 44. I'm going to go for a 91.55, to be honest.
Yeah, look, I think that it's going to be closer to 92 than 91. But yeah, that 91.50 mark, I think, it should be quite close.
I'm predicting he does an 8-minute 10 on this lap. He'll be pushing.
On his last lap? Oh, yeah. He would be.
Yeah, what he's done, he's pulled into the pits to do a one lap stint earlier, so he's given himself the chance to secure that fastest lap on this lap.
Do you think he's going to do? Do you think he might do a sub 8:10? I think he might be on an 8:09. To be honest, with his,
I think 8:09 is probably the fastest you can go in these cars with the tyre wear we have after a lap.
I was about to say that.
I don't think you could hit much lower than that without slipstream as well.
We are talking about Mr. Robot here.
Yeah, he hasn't managed to get below an 8:11 on second lap on tyres yet. been practicing with him all week. He was sitting in 8.12s for a while and dipped down to 8.11 in the most recent practice lobby we were together. But I think he's in a bit of a rhythm now, and I'm predicting he will hit that 8.10 mark.
Did Panmac stop? Sorry. Panmac didn't stop.
Panmac didn't stop.
Oh, Pagani stopped.
I don't know why Pagani stopped.
Pagani had to stop. Pagani was on, like, no fuel.
So what's Panmac doing? Sorry, Footnut. So Panmac is... So...
Panmac's throwing caution to the wind.
How much fuel's he got?
He's got about...
Under
40,
half a tank.
Yeah. So he's got enough
under half a
left.
tank.
Yeah. He's got enough fuel.
He's got enough fuel because the drag burn off and the Merc burn off is about the same, and you need about 42 litres to do a full lap on around here.
In the Jag.
I think Pagani and Squid will both catch Panmac. On 3-lap old tyres, I can't see Panmac doing anything under an 8.20. And I think both Squidly and Pagani are going to be lapping in the 8.12 kind of range.
But
8.14.
Can you check the timing for me, ZD? Is Panmac on a 3-lapper? Or is he on a 2-lapper?
Let me have a look at the timing. Panmac, he's on a 2-lapper.
I reckon this will be his 3rd lap. He's done a 3 laps in his last... Oh, yeah.
No,
so
it's only
lap 9. Lap 9 was at 8.16. Lap 10 was an 8.20. Lap 8 was an 8.52. So his last stop was 8.50. Was lap 8.
Yeah, this is a 3-lap old tyre that he's on.
Wow.
And he's going to be fuel saving, so he's going to lose a bit of speed with short shifting.
We have to keep an eye on that. That is, he's run a very weird pit strategy for this race. It's kind of thrown all of us off.
It sure has. Someone better tell Pagani.
Throw this thing in. We'll just go through some of the closest battles. So Ben and Intrinsic in 4th and 5th are very close to one another, about 1 second separating those two. And then you've got the race for Division B between Panmac, Squid and Pagani that's separated by about 10 seconds between the three of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a lock for Squiddy. He's got Div 2 taken, I believe.
Yeah, but he's done really well this season.
Squiddy's had a fantastic season in that BMW.
And also, we've got another good battle happening early in MP. That are 1.5 seconds between them two as well. So it looks like all these battles are shaping up to be an epic final lap.
Yeah.
And Piper, have you put on softs for your final lap, mate, or are you still on hards?
Oh, God, he's on softs. He's on softs for his final lap.
But just looking at the, I was going to say, just looking at the car, it looks like you've touched a few things on the way around.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
More hits than Elvis.
No, he's just channeling his inner Footnut. It's all right.
He's going to get disconnected halfway through this lap.
So Panmac he's dropped 2 seconds on Squiddy and Pagani, but still a long way to go. It's going to be tough.
And the other talking point is Pure Axel. But will Pure Axel beat Twitchy's GT time and be the second fastest and clinch the Premier League Division A?
Pure Axel can't lose Division A.
He can't?
No. His 8th best round is 365 points, and he's got a 105 point advantage.
Oh, there you go.
So if Fine Moves wins this round, he's only going to make up 35 points, and he has 105 to make up, so he can't do it.
There you go. So Pure Axel, he's been quick all season, and he's done enough tonight to take out the Premier Division.
Who are you watching there?
I'm watching Squidly, and Squidly's he's come off twice so far on this lap. He's been lucky he hasn't spun, but he's been running down the Armco. So he's a bit loose, which has allowed Pagani to really close the gap to just a second now.
And Intrinsic's really starting to close that gap between Wheel to Wheel Ben too for 4th and 5th.
Oh yeah, look at that. Intrinsic has really caught him,
So
hasn't he?
Fire Moves has just gone purple sector.
Oh, here we
Oh,
go.
my.
Here we
So
go.
he's really pushing.
Intrinsic's looking for a way past. He's made a slight error there, braked himself. Oh, here we go into the carousel for the
So
final time.
Everyone's looking for that fast lap. I think even Pure Axel's on purple as well.
Yeah, Pure Axel's also gone purple.
And he's on purple on race mediums as well. Just putting it out there.
Is he on mediums?
He's
Wow.
on mediums.
So Fire Moves cutting it really fine with the amount of fuel he has left.
Here we go, guys. What lap is he? What time he's gonna do? He's got a minute to run. What he actually, guys, I'm just looking at it. He might do. No, actually, no, it's not. Don't worry, disregard.
Yeah, so he's on for about his 8:10, I think 8:09, 8:10 so far.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it the overall time. You know,
Yeah, so
we'll
that's
see.
91 minutes at the moment.
Yeah. Here
Oh,
we go.
He's
Pagani-
got 30 seconds left of his lap.
Pagani's just got past Squidley. So Pagani's on fire. That was a bit of a pushy move, which is okay. You've got to be
But he's
forceful.
got seven seconds to Pam Mac. He's not going to do it unless Pam Mac has an off. But Fire Moves. So it looks like he's going to be doing about that one. So who said a 1:45?
I said 91:45, I think, or 42, whatever
What,
I
you
said.
said 44?
Yeah.
You said 44 there, Putner?
44.
43, 44. There we go, 144. Just by the eye.
So there you go. A 91:44.
Yeah,
Well
he
done,
hit
Fire
that 8:11.
Moves. He's cracking drive there by Fire Moves. So Pure Axel's going to take second and the Div 1 win. So congratulations to Pure Axel. Adam V10 is going to take out third, but for them, I was going to say let's go to W2W and Intrinsic, but Intrinsic's dropped off the back. So let's watch Pure Axel bring it home, take
well
second
done.
place, and the Division Series win.
Well done, Pure
Definitely.
Axel.
He's been consistent all season. Great
And-
driving by Pure Axel. He's been hard to beat in the Group 4s. He's been impossible to beat in the Group 3s. So that's fantastic drive by Pure Axel.
And looks
Taking
like,
nothing away from Fire Moves, who just had a cracking race around the Nürburgring tonight.
and we saw Adam V cross the line as well in third place. I think Adam, they're your top three fastest drivers in the league for around Nürburgring, I believe. No, Adam V did not beat Twitchy's time, so he's about the fifth fastest in the league. And being a newcomer, congratulations to Adam V being the fifth fastest around Nürburgring for this round. Great, big shout out to Adam V.
So now we have Wheel to Wheel Ben taking fourth, Intrinsic fifth.
Pan Mac's going to get the upper
Pam
hand.
Mac's going to take Pagani, but they're
Man.
both going to fall short of Super Dragon's time.
Yes, well short of Super Dragon's time.
What have they done it in?
So
Uh,
that is 93 minutes.
So 133 and 28 for Panma, and Bugani would have done it in 40. And Squiddy doing the goat flick over the line there for 8th place.
Well done, Squiddy.
Well done, Squiddy, yeah. They'll all be relieved. It'd be great if we could get Fine Moves in the room and Axel for a chat. If we get them online for a chat.
Well, the big question is, in 44 seconds, can Piper, who looks like he's added to his livery, finish off the lap, which I think he can't, and we jump back on. So, a few little mishaps on the final lap there, Piper. And there you go. And then we got Ellie and MP just finishing off the race, and we're just waiting for the clock to rock out for the final race of season 5 of Wheel to Wheel. And as we go, there you go. We got the race finishing. We got the confirmed leader, Fine Moves, doing a blistering 1:32:43.8 for the race win and the overall win for Nürburgring. And they've, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, pole position, fastest lap. Well done.
I was just seeing if I could get Fine Moves into the chat, but he's
probably having a brain meltdown.
Yeah, look, he'll be having a Red Bull. He'll be shaking it around the place. He'll be kissing babies.
Oh, he'll be kissing his little baby. And thinking out to mini Fine Moves out there. Yeah, because Fine Moves also had a baby during the season. So yeah, big, finish off the season on a high, and also with the new baby and all. Yeah, well, congratulations to Fine Moves.
Yeah, wow.
So all that concludes season 5 of Wheel to Wheel Racing.
Season 6, actually, Rexy.
Season 6, sorry. It's been a long race, gentlemen.
It has. It has been a long race, but and it's been a long season. But congratulations to everyone who participated in Wheel to Wheel throughout season 6. It's been a great season. GR4, GR3, some different tracks and some really good racing. So I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, look, it's been a fantastic season. I've really enjoyed it. Big thanks to the guys that organise it and everybody that's been helping out behind the scenes. Couldn't do it without you. To those who've watched the stream tonight and are thinking about joining Wheel to Wheel Racing, look, head to our Facebook page, head to Wheel Racing League, and go from there. But I can tell you from experience that it's a great league, and we really enjoy our racing. As we have Pagani, who's just joined us.
How are we?
Oh, how'd you go, Pagani?
How are you, mate?
I did push a little bit too hard on the last lap. I actually had to back off on fuel. I did put, even though I put in 1.1 laps of fuel, I still managed to cross line with 0 left, so a bit unfortunate about that, but I still do believe I have enough of a gap on PenMac in terms of overall points to still at least maintain a podium for the championship. But it was an awesome race. In terms of the stream, it went pretty well. As far as I know, I'm donating 125 to the Red Cross, and then we'll have to wait till tomorrow until all the race results come out.
Yeah, congratulations for that.
Yeah, geez, it's an awesome stream, awesome race. Continuing off from what Rexy said about the league, it's an awesome league. I love racing with these boys. Even commentating with Rexy and Vintage usually is a pretty good experience to be involved in. Again, it's an awesome race. Team Lexus did pretty well. No matter what the result is, I'm happy with how they put themselves in the league. But yeah, it was a pretty good race from the boys. Not this lobby, but the other lobbies as well. It was a pretty fun race to be involved in, and I'm more than happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, well, look, congratulations there, Pagani, and well done for raising. What was it, 125? You said
125 for now.
Yeah,
and then we'll wait till tomorrow for the rest.
And where can everyone go to donate?
So off my stream, I left the link in my stream in the description below, where you can put a link. Unfortunately, it's only for US dollars, so you're gonna have to do a bit of exchange calculating to see how much you're actually going to be donating. But in terms of helping my country out, any amount is much appreciated, and to everyone that donates to the charity, I very much appreciate it. And from the bottom of my heart, I can't thank you all for donating.
Yeah, absolutely. Rexy, we've got Fine Moves in the room. Rexy, can you just send Pure Axel, an invite to join us for a quick chat as well? But yeah, Fine Moves, your robot, well done.
Mr. Robot, the race winner, how do you feel after your lovely win and absolutely blitzing everyone tonight?
Dude, you guys have no idea how bad I needed to get to the toilet. I've never wanted to go to the toilet so bad in my life, man. I think it was the glass of water I took late this afternoon to hydrate. That was the most painful 20-something minutes I think I've ever experienced.
So what lap were you on when you started, thinking, oh no, I've got to go to the toilet?
Oh man, I guess it started creep. Anyway, moving on. That's another story for another time.
A real racing car driver just would have gone.
Yeah,
in the seat. Yeah.
What the hell do those guys use? They got a little pea cup or something, man.
No, they do the seat.
They just go.
They go in the seat
of it.
They
really in it.
Yeah. I didn't have that set up, guys. Unfortunately.
What's Pure Axel's full name? I don't have him in the friends list. Pure Axel.
Wheel to wheel, Pure Axel.
Oh no, I'll send him. I'll suggest it.
I
you did really well.
Before.
Fine moves.
Yeah, and now tell me, we reckon you had a couple of offs. You had a bit of damage on your car?
Yeah, I did. I had one off on that at the end of that back straight.
Yep.
The left-hander and the car almost spun into a 360, but I managed to keep the nose forward and probably lost about 3 seconds there, and then had another minor spill, which probably only lost half a second, I think. Overall, It was fairly consistent, but...
Yep, and ZD put the curse on Footner. Poor old Footner had to drop out.
Oh man, that sucks. Yeah, I saw that. I was a bit devastated about
unlucky, man.
Yeah, I'm not stoked about it.
See,
I even saw the storm. I was like, man, it'd suck if I got disconnected because of the storm. And then it happened to you. That's just, it's unfortunate, man.
Having issues leading up to the week with disconnecting from lobbies, and my wheel started disconnecting from the PlayStation itself. My rig has snapped on one beam as well, and I'm like, oh, this is just not working for me this week.
Yeah, well, have you got Pure Axel, Rexy?
No, I'm trying to get him, but I can't. Can you send me a
I think he's actually hopped offline.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, I think
He just sent me a text.
He's on the. He's in the lobby.
So
maybe on a pure offline.
I've also sent out a request for Adam V10 to come join us.
Pretty good.
Chat. Coming in third there. You know, could be a new wheel-to-wheel racer and showing his worth at the moment. So he'll probably be a driver to pick up for season 6 next season for sure.
Yeah, so quickest time overall tonight, 2 fine moves.
Oh, right, cool.
So was that 91.44?
91.44, sorry, what's that about?
The overall time?
So 1 hour...
1 minute 31.
1 hour 31.
Oh, yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
That's pretty good, yep.
Rexy, can you make your party private?
It is.
It is private. I can try to unprivate
it. Yep, or...
I don't think you can do that.
Or you get Pure Axel, you can't invite him. You can't...
I'm trying to, but I can't find him.
He's in the offline list. He's appearing offline, so you have to go through there.
Yeah, probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
If he's offline.
He's usually just appearing offline.
So what was your strategy, Fine Moves? You just want to get your head down, bust the slipstream, and away you go?
Well, I didn't know what to expect with Pure Axel or Footner. Like, Footner was saving a lot more fuel than I anticipated. Like, in that first pit stop, he had a lot more fuel than me. I think I was able to do a little bit of fuel saving because of the pace I had in the M3. So I did try short shifting a little bit through most of the race, but towards the end I didn't really short shift too much. I think Pure Axel was saving a bit of fuel too by the looks of it. So I tried to match their strategies and came away with the win, yeah.
Yeah, well, congratulations on the win, but the man who won the series, Pure Axel's joined us.
Oh, nice.
Oh, how's it going, guys?
Good. Well done, mate. Axel. Well done.
That McLaren was an absolute pig around this track. Oh, goodness, I was trying so hard, but I knew for a fact that Fine Moves just had the speed, and I had this bloody green machine just wouldn't go away. Just couldn't shake him off.
Was that Adam V10 in the bandage? Yeah. And poor old Footner checked out as well on you, so that sort of gave you a bit of breathing space.
Oh yeah, it did. I mean, if Fine Move didn't disconnect, I mean, if he didn't, mate, he definitely had more speed than me. I think actually he probably had. I think he could probably compete with Fine Moves because Footner was gone pretty fast, and the McLaren just doesn't have that handling, and it doesn't have the downforce that all the other cars has. I really had to muscle it through, and that keep coming onto the back. I kept on clipping the curb there, and the car just went airborne there. It just wasn't a
Yeah, I was surprised you made that mistake a couple of times because that curb can do that to you. I think you got it twice. It had you off
I got it 3 times.
3 times.
Yeah, it was just, I was just trying to, keep your head of that Aston there, but I think at one point he got the slip and then he tried to pass me and I was like, hang on, he isn't actually able to pass me down the straight because once he gets out of the toe, he just loses it up. He's got too much downforce, slows him down.
Well, the other one was he gave you a nudge at one point and you copped a penalty for it.
Oh, yeah, I think, and then the lap after that, I don't know if you guys caught it on stream, but I actually went for another little pass down the inside. I'll actually save the replay. Might be able to give up some footage, but I think he tried to pop one down the inside coming onto the Nordschleife because I take a like apex for one of the turns and did not expect him to actually pop down the inside. I didn't quite see him. I left a little bit of space, and I think that's where that 3-second time penalty came from.
And did he run off there?
I don't know. No, hang on. I don't know. No. That was before. That wasn't where he spun out. I don't know how he spun out. He was behind me, and I came to brake. I went to break up my normal point, and I think he either hit my car, or he must have. Maybe he went on the grass. I'm not too sure. Because I was braking because I thought I braked too early. But I was actually braking where I usually brake, and the McLaren isn't that good under brakes. I think there's a few drivers that have been called out by the McLarens braking a bit early in the braking zones this season.
Yep. So, just quickly, fine moves. Pure Axel's now the guy to beat for season 7. Is that your motivation? Is there
Oh, well, we've got another new guy in the league who's going to be tough competition, that twitchy guy.
Yeah.
So he's going to be one to watch.
Yeah.
He's extremely quick. But yeah, I don't know, my motivation is just, I don't know, just have fun with it, so...
I think we all had a lot of fun this season.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very good season.
This McLaren, I have to say, it's been a very... I was surprised I've actually won with this car because the Group 3 McLaren isn't really well, I wouldn't call it it's a race car. It's a qualifying car, but it's not really a race car. And this car is really it's challenged me a lot. Driving something that's mid-engine, I don't do well with mid-engine cars. I'm really good in the front-engine cars because I'm able to save those front tires. But yeah, this has definitely been a fun season.
Well, I think you struggling in a mid-engine, it's going to be interesting to see what you can do in a front-engine drive car.
Well, I was going to say, I think
Rexy
could hand you the keys to the Mustang if you really want to.
Mate.
Really want to challenge.
The Mustang's for a fucking spin. It'll probably handle better than this piece of freaking dog.
What do you think, Rex?
Oh, look, I'd give you mine, but I already burnt it.
You probably ran out of fuel, mate.
If you want, you can take the Lexus, see what a real car's like.
That's it.
I've been saying it all stream. The Lexus, I raced it in the previous season. I still think it's probably the best all-round car in the game.
It's really good.
I reckon the Merc is probably better.
The Merc for you? Yeah, no, something about the Lexus. I just find it just nice and easy. It's fast enough. It turns reasonably well. It's all right on fuel and tyres. Fine moves M3. I think that's fairly competitive at most tracks. And yeah, the Mercedes is too.
Yeah, I think the Mercedes is probably the most easiest Group 3 car you can drive. Anybody can drive and can get it in that car and just set laps. It's a very easy car to drive.
So that's it, gents, for season 6.
Congratulations to the winners.
Congratulations to Fine Moves for taking out tonight's win. Pure Axel, it's been fantastic watching you race all season in both the Group 4s and the Group 3s, so I'm really looking forward to see what you can do for season 6. But in the meantime, we've got interim season, which is the Nissan Skylines in the Group 2s.
Yep.
So it's going to be a one-make series. So that should be pretty competitive and interesting to watch. I'm, for one, am extremely looking forward to it. So, yeah.
It should be excellent. Should be a lot of fun. We've had a bit of practice so far, so everyone in the same car.
It's always good fun in those cars until you get stuck behind something due to duty. Yeah, that's
dirty air is going to be an issue. I believe G-Man is coming to race with us, so
he's quick in it too.
He's coming back, so the mullet will be back on track for the interim series. But he's already complaining about the dirty air, so...
Yeah, it's not as bad as the Super Formula cars. They're horrendous.
All right. We'll wrap up this feed. So, congratulations, Fine Moves, on your win. Congratulations, Pure Axle, on the series win. And also, of course, to Squidley for Group Division 2 and Pagani as well. In there. Well, congratulations, you guys. Great result.
Thanks,
Good
mate.
driving all year, Pagani, too. You've done really well this season.
Thank you, much appreciated.
So, well done. And
Done well, mate.
just want a quick shout out to my fellow commentators, Rexy and Zedi, for all the fun, and Pagani as well, who's been in the box as well. So, thank you, everybody.
All right, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, no problems. And thanks to you too, mate. It's been a pleasure commentating with you throughout the season. It's been good having you doing all the visuals for us. And Fine Moves has been doing likewise for all the other races that we've been watching. So Fine Moves, Footner, Squiddy, to everybody who's commentated and everyone who's doing things behind the scenes, all the stewards, Wheel to Wheel Ben and Fine Moves for the day-to-day running of everything. Yeah, keep it up, boys, because without you guys, we wouldn't have a league.
Yeah, absolutely.
So well done to everyone who's chipping in, and that's it. Let's have a couple of weeks off, and then we'll see you ready in the Group 2s.
Absolutely.